Hello guys, do you know what is the Passover about? Today I want to tell you guys a story about Passover. Benjamin, tell Daddy what is Passover about. Do you know what is Passover about?
Jesus.
Okay, let's talk about it. Okay guys, I prepared a couple of drawings that I did this week to explain to you what is Passover about. Let's check that. Okay Ben, let's start our story. Our story starts a little bit back, okay? When God created the universe, He created Earth. And this planet was God's property. He was the king. He put over here Adam and Eve. And they were to be the prince and the princess of this planet. But Eve, she was tempted by the serpent. And the serpent tempted her and she ate the fruit. And she gave from the fruit that God told not to eat to her husband, and both of them ate from the fruit. So the angel told them to go away from the garden. So they were not supposed to stay in the garden and having access to the tree of life so they could live forever in that condition, sinful condition. So Satan now, according to Jesus in the book of John, is the prince of this world. And that's the reason we have so much trouble in this world. Diseases like the coronavirus, we have stealers, robbers, gossip, we have mean people everywhere. Now, that's the reason why Jesus came. On the last week that Jesus was on the earth, we have the Passover. And Jesus came into the city and everybody was happy. Jesus was riding a donkey in Jerusalem. So that same week, on Thursday night, Jesus was having soup with his disciples. And he told the disciples that one of them would betray him. Oh, do you know his name, the disciple who betrayed Jesus? Do you know? He was Judah. And Judah betrayed Jesus. After the soup, Jesus went to the Garden of Gethsemane. And he went over there to pray. And he sweat blood that day. He was very tempted not to do his sacrifice. And he was left alone because his disciples, they were all tired and sleeping, and he was willing to have them praying with him. But they couldn't because they were tired. Afterwards, the guards came and they arrested Jesus. They were very mean. And those guards, they didn't care about Jesus. They punched Jesus on his face. And they brought Jesus to the Romans, and the Romans were even meaner. And they tortured Jesus, and they were very mean. They mocked Jesus. They brought Jesus to the Jewish leaders, who mocked Jesus again. And they made Jesus carrying his own cross after Jesus was beat up. Jesus was tired. He was not feeling well. And everybody was yelling and screaming around him and making him to carry his cross. Ended up that they crucified Jesus. They put Jesus in the cross. And on the Friday, when Jesus was on the cross, he died at 3 p.m. Afterwards, they put Jesus in the tomb, on the sepulcher. And on that Saturday, which was Sabbath, all the disciples were very sad. They were really sad because they didn't have their beloved master with them. But on Sunday, the ladies, they went to the sepulcher to find out what happened and to prepare the body of Jesus because they couldn't do it because it was Saturday. So they would do it on Sunday. But when they got over there, the tomb, the sepulcher was open, and they went inside. They couldn't find anybody over there. They only found the angels that told them that Jesus was resurrected. So they went back running to tell the disciples, and the disciples were astonished, and they didn't know what happened. They were not sure if they would believe her. But they went back to the sepulcher running to check that out. When they got over there, they couldn't find anybody. They came back very discouraged. When they got back, nobody was believing that story, that Jesus had resurrected. But suddenly Jesus showed up. He appeared by a miracle and told them, "Hey, I'm alive." Some of them thought it was a ghost. But Jesus said, "No, touch me, feel me, touch my wounds, and you're gonna see that I'm not a ghost. I'm a real person. I resurrected from the dead." And they had party, they were so happy, and they celebrated that Jesus was alive again. And Jesus said, "Look, I have to go to heaven now." And when Jesus was talking to them on the mountain, he was taken up to heaven, and they saw Jesus going up. Do you know where Jesus went?
You already told me it's heaven.
It's heaven, right?
Well,
Jesus went to heaven. And what is Jesus doing in heaven?
Building heaven.
He is preparing a house for us, right? It's a beautiful place. It has like the streets are made out of gold. And
Wait,
it's
this is a roller coaster.
yeah, I think it is. It's something like that. So Jesus went there to prepare a place for us. And Passover is all about Jesus sacrificing himself to be our prince again. Now Jesus is our prince. He went to heaven and he has authority not just in heaven but in this earth again, everywhere. Remember that Satan had taken the earth and he was the prince? Now Jesus is the prince back to this planet. And we have to tell everybody about Passover, that Jesus sacrificed himself because he loved us. And then he's preparing a place and he's going to come back to take us to that place. So that's the reason we have to tell our friends. We're going to text them, talk to them, that they should be prepared to go to heaven with us, right? So that's what Passover is all about. It's about Jesus sacrificing himself because he loved us and he went to prepare a place to take us over there. May God help you to be prepared for that and help you to prepare others to be there with him. Happy Passover.